Okay, well, it's good to see all of you able to come to our first 2021 Golden Providers meeting. It's excellent. And just want to say that we're looking forward to a good new year. And also, for those of you who are new to joining us, would like to try to just take a few minutes to emphasize the benefits of Golden Providers, very briefly, what the background is, why we exist, and hopefully make it so that you feel that you would like to participate for the remaining part of the year in the different events, primarily one monthly meeting like this, but also keeping in touch, networking throughout in the time in between the meetings, and maybe a one-to-one meeting with someone who's a member, but also giving and receiving referrals from people in the group. And of course, you're only going to do that once you've gotten to know the people in the group, whether it be listening to them during the meeting, listening to their presentations, and or checking out their operation, having a one-to-one meeting, and building up enough confidence and trust that maybe you would refer someone to the different members of the group. So the group, Golden Providers, has been around for quite a number of years. And the original concept was to have a networking organization, which is similar to a lot of the chamber leads groups, different business referral groups, and or BNI, Business Network International, but with a focus on seniors. So we're talking about businesses that cater to senior citizens, and also different businesses that cater to those, or businesses who would like to learn more about how to take good care of the seniors in our community. Part of what we have done as an operation is make sure that the people who are a member of our group, Golden Providers, are ethical, local people with a good reputation, so that not only we ourselves, but also other people could look into Golden Providers as a resource to refer to seniors that they know, whether it be in their business or in their personal life. Because obviously, if you're going to refer someone to your grandmother or your great-grandmother, there's a vulnerable position there. And you know that there are, unfortunately, situations where they could be taken advantage of, or maybe someone who just doesn't know how to properly treat seniors with the patience and respect that's needed. And so this network is a resource in terms of people who maybe have access to things that you didn't even know about existing. And then, and obviously all of us, most likely all of us know seniors, and or hopefully are going to be a senior at some time in the future. So it's something that it's there. And in our county, I think you gave the stat, Carrie, that 50% in our county are over 50.
Right.
Okay, so 50% over 50. And so we're talking about a good portion of our county is either, whether we define that as a senior or at least on the way to becoming a senior, depending on the number you want to give that. So so this organization, again, has been around for a long time. And some of the benefits that we get out of it. Well, number one, your time invested is, well, if you're only going to show up at the meeting, is 1 hour a month. So it's almost nothing. It's a very, very minimal. And with no membership fee, there's not even a real financial investment. So it's really just your time. Hopefully you'll give more than 1 hour a month, that you'll spend some time with other members, maybe at some outside events, other events that happen throughout the year, and one-to-one meetings with different members. But that's a very small investment of your time. What would you get out of that investment? Well, number one, you may think specifically of the financial benefits, which are important. Many of us work as employees for a company. Our job is to promote our businesses, our companies, and others are self-employed, where this is our livelihood. You have to make a sale in order to pay your bills. So our goal would be to get maybe a referral that leads to some business. Obviously, direct, warm referrals are the easiest type of business you're ever going to get. You're never going to find an easier type of business than a warm referral from somebody who already knows you, likes you, and trusts you. And so If you get a referral, it could lead to business, and that's one piece of business is most likely going to make it well worth your time to have joined the group. Multiple pieces of business would be gravy. It would just be no brainer. I definitely want to be a part of Golden Providers. Besides getting some business out of it is having a network that you're familiar with that you can utilize. So who do I call if I need to, if I know somebody who it's time for them to maybe move into an assisted living? Or who do I call if I know someone needs help at home and they can't take care of themselves at home? Or who do I know if somebody needs health insurance? And so, I mean, different things, different elements of things that this network is a resource for ourselves and people that we know. And also, finally, the education side of things is that we take a little bit of time each month in our meetings and walk away pretty much every single time having learned new things, whether it be new things about networking, marketing, promoting our businesses, or new things about seniors and how to take care of seniors. We've done a series of seminars. And so we've done the series, we talked about downsizing at one of our seminars and went through a number of different things to think about, because downsizing it's a real thing. It's really important. People end up where that big house is not necessary anymore and something needs to happen. And then we covered another series on fraud prevention, because unfortunately, seniors are a prime candidate as victims of fraud, and there's fraudsters out there, and they're going after seniors who are trusting and maybe don't understand what the red flags are. So we've got different types of education that we do as a part of our meetings. And each of our meetings, everyone who attends gets a chance to present themselves as to who they are, what they do, what they're looking for. And then usually we have an educational speaker covering something that's of value. Sometimes we have outside speakers who are just guests. So that's another element of it is education, different series that we do. And sometimes with a spotlight, so each individual as a member of the group will have a larger portion of a meeting, maybe once a year or every year and a half, to tell everybody a little more in depth about what they do. And that in some cases is very educational, but it also helps a lot of people in attendance to get to know that person a little more in depth. And so it's very valuable. You can imagine what the cost would be of a television commercial. Well, that's like a television commercial, in that case, a more extended infomercial. So a lot of value in what we're doing. And now I would say a little bit of a new element of it is that these are being now recorded, which means they could be posted on our website and viewed again and again. So you have a great spotlight session, then you might be able to give the spotlight, but it could be viewed many, many times in the future after that. So that's a pretty cool additional element. So for today, I'd like to introduce our board of directors. I'm Tom Toronto. I'm the president of Golden Providers. And I'd like to also introduce Robin Femister. She's the treasurer. She's waving there, okay. And Carrie Fink, he is the secretary of Golden Providers. And Ashley Caswell, she is our director of marketing for Golden Providers. So this is the board of directors for the group. We're also, if you're interested, as we get to the end of the meeting, in actually officially joining as a member, we do have a form on our website, goldenproviders.org. And so just let me know, and we'll talk about the process of what it would take to get signed up. Okay, so everyone who is here today will have a chance to present themselves. We're going to cover a little bit about that element of networking, but we're going to start today because of another appointment. We're going to start today with an informational or educational session. It's going to be Carrie and Ashley are going to talk to us about building your business through Facebook, and we're going to learn a little bit about how to use Facebook to build our business.
Well, thank you, Tom, for giving us a moment to talk about this. One of the things that is really so cool about Facebook, I think, is the fact that it's a free mechanism. It's the largest social, whether you like it or not. And I realize it's gotten a little controversial in the past couple of weeks, but it's still 1.5 billion people on the planet have a Facebook account. And it's a great way to reach audience. And if you're efficient and effective at it, it's pretty cheap. So Ashley, who is, you're like corporate director for, I don't know how many assisted livings now.
Well, I have, I think 30 Facebook pages that I manage. So if that tells you anything.
So I think you are really getting the benefit of some expert wisdom here. And Ashley has already prepared 3 topics for us today that we're going to study about Facebook. And I think you're going to get a lot out of these. You did one on events.
And how to add content, and then how to look at the analytics page. But the biggest thing about Facebook for businesses is that it's super easy. People a lot of times think it's complicated, but all you do is access your business page from your personal account, and that allows you to add other people to access your professional Facebook page and to help manage. And you can set people who work with you as editors, so you don't have to do it all alone. It can be a group effort. So if someone is able to, they're the one out and about, they can take pictures, they're the one that can add the pictures, you can add them as an editor while you remain as an administrator, so that you have, bigger access and control of everything. So the basics are, the Facebook for Business is managed by individual users. When you post things on your business page, it doesn't track back to show who posted it. It doesn't show your personal account. The only people who'd be able to see like who personally posts anything would be other people who can who are administrators or editors on your Facebook page. So you're allowed to stay completely anonymous while managing your professional Facebook page, which I think is where a lot of people get tied up, because they don't want to put their own personal information out there, but you don't have to. It's very easy. So Carrie, if you want to show the first one on how to add content.
Yeah, I will. I think, well, see, do you want, let me grab that one. I think I pulled up the events one, add event.
Okay, well, the events are really important. Just like this was an event on Facebook, it draws people in. And there's an example that there's people we didn't know before that are here today.
Yeah, and I just want to say that so as you set up your Facebook efforts for marketing, you're going to see how you can set an event on Facebook, because Ashley did a really good job with this. So I'm going to hit share screen, and you guys are going to be able to watch this. We're going to basically, if you've ever watched a commentary of a movie or a TV show, you'll hear us pop in over it. But basically, this is about 2 or 3 minutes, and she's going to be showing us how to do events on Facebook. So let me know, thumbs up or thumbs down, if you have any trouble hearing, but it should be good to go.
So this is where we are going to add events to our Facebook pages. So events are really great to be able to boost and to promote to people in your network. So what we want to do is, on your home screen, you go over to this events here on the side, or you can also do it straight down in the middle, right here under where you would create a post. So event. And then you can decide if it's going to be an online or an in-person. And then it's super easy. Over here on the side, you just enter your details. And make sure you get the days right, because it'll auto-populate for today's date and time.
And I put the phone number here so that people would find it really easily. And since I posted this last night, I've actually gotten 4 RSVPs to this event I'm doing in Oviedo.
And then in the category, there's all sorts of different categories. This one's a networking event. So you just enter all the information, fill out all the fields, hit next. You type in the location. Tuscarora. Tuscarora Breakfast Club. And then hit next. And then if there's an admission, you can add it there. You can look at your event settings. If you have a co-host, like right now Golden Providers is it normally co-hosts at Hibiscus, so we would add Hibiscus or add your partner as a co-host, and it would show on their page as well. And then just hit save. And then it's going to let me select a an image to go. So I'm going to click edit and upload photo. Put the photo I just got from my downloads. And you can reposition it. So I'm going to create event. And then you have the opportunity to boost the event. So I'm going to boost this one. And I want it to be people who like my page and their friends, because this is a really local event. I need it to be just for people who work with seniors and already know about my community in Oviedo. So you select your audience details. If you need to create a new audience to select the people that it would be targeted towards, this is where you would create the new audience. And I want to promote it up until the day before the event, so 9 days is appropriate. And you know, my marketing budget can be a little bit more than that $18. I'm going to set it at $40 to promote it, and it says that I should hit 542 to 1,600 people each day. And then I just hit boost event now, and it'll submit the ad, and then it'll start showing up in the news feeds of people who like my page and their friends.
And so that's a good introduction to events. One thing, Ashley, I want to ask, because a lot of people, I get calls a lot of times from people who don't understand what boost means. Do you want to take just a moment and kind of explain that part?
Right. So just because someone has liked your page and you post something, it doesn't automatically show up in their newsfeed. It should, but Facebook has learned to make money off of us. Right. So if we want to get our posts and our ads in the news feed of people who follow us, we do need to boost it. Depending on the status of your page, like if you have a lot of likes and a lot of interaction from people, it might organically show up in their news feed. But the only way to really guarantee it's showing up in the news feeds of people who like your page and people who interact with you is to boost it. Boosting it is essentially really cheap advertising. You know, it's huge bang for your buck. You know, with $30–40 for that event, I've already gotten lots of RSVPs and interactions. So you can't touch that with like a newspaper ad. It doesn't. We're light years different. So, you know, even if you do, I found something as simple as a $20 boost over the course of a week is enough to get more interactions. And what it does is if someone interacts with your post because you've boosted it and it ended up in their news feed, their friends will see that they interacted with your post organically. So you're able to grow it by boosting it just a little bit and encouraging people to interact. That's always the point of your post, is to get people to like, comment, share, to interact with it in some form, because then Facebook realizes it's important because people are interacting with it, so they share it with more people.
Yeah. You know, that's such a good point that you're bringing up. And one of the things that I often find myself explaining, people say, well, like if I buy a newspaper ad, right, the newspaper goes out and they tell me it went to X number of thousands of people. And so I get that. and they think, well, I just put a post out on my Facebook page, so that's going to go to, I have X number of friends, or my business has this many people who follow me. And they say, well, I'll get that many people, but that's not how Facebook works. So they will drip out your content over a period of time. Now, if you have like rabid fans who like everything you do, those people are going to see it right away, because Facebook knows that this person will probably appreciate this content from this person. So, but then have you ever noticed that sometimes out of the blue, you'll get some thing that shows up on your Facebook news feed that was from a friend you haven't heard of from years and years, but Facebook figured you might be interested in this particular post. And so what Ashley is explaining is, when you boost a post, what you're actually doing is you have basically an option to blast it out and hit it out there a bit faster. And that's another reason why we usually say, don't put like, today's event or things like that, because somebody will see this a week from now. And so Ashley, the way Ashley set this one up, you could see that she's planning, 14 days out or something like that. So Ashley, do we want to go on and take a look at the one that you put together about doing a video post now?
Sure. And just to be clear, you can, the way you upload videos is the same way that you upload photos. I just chose to upload a video for this one.
So this is how you add videos to your Facebook page. So when you're on your Manage Page screen, all you do is right down here in the Create Post section, you click on Photo/Video. And then you pick the video you want to upload, select it, hit Open, and then it's going to prompt you for a little bit more information on the video. So we want to title it. And then you want to add some tags. So I like the assisted living for our maybe the city that you're at too. So this one's actually in West Monroe, Louisiana. Your industry. The content, and then you have the opportunity to pick which thumbnail you want. You can select anything from your video. We'll just leave it as a picture of our lovely nurse. And then you can make it so it auto-generates captions if you would like. And right now it is okay, so you have the opportunity to publish it immediately or set a premiere date in the future. And then you also have the ability to make it show up in your page's news feed or not. And if you have playlists on your page, you can add it. And you can also make it available to other pages. I am going to make it available to the corporate page too, so I could share it from there. And then you have the ability to turn off comments, which I really wouldn't recommend. I do recommend that you just pay attention to the comments and make sure that they are appropriate. And then you just hit publish. And it'll take a little bit, but it'll show right up. And you will get a notification in your notifications bar when it's done processing.
Yeah, and one of the things when you choose captioning and things like that, and when you put in your description, those are important things to do. I just want to pump that in there. The reason being is those are the things that they call them the spiders, but that's what the bots kind of crawl through and try to figure out for their algorithms what they want to print. So having the things like your captions and your description is kind of important too, I think, Ashley.
Yep. You know, especially if you want to share it, or, I mean, I know I watch a lot of videos, but I don't listen to very many. So I like it when they have the captions on.
Absolutely. And it's also good for your SEO. So keep that in mind. But so these are some like really good advice tips to think about as you go through that. And then Ashley, we also have a video prepared that you did to show us how we can check how our audience is doing, because that's one of the things, you know, as we get busy with social media, one of the first things we want to figure out is, you know, are we being effective? And one of the reasons that in particular I like social media is what Ashley showed us in that first video, right? You can take a small amount of money, $10, $20, $30, and you can run a campaign. And then as you finish that campaign, you can go back and look at what's called insights in Facebook. That's what Ashley's going to show us next. But you can look at how your campaign did, and it gives you a quick feedback loop to say, okay, I reached this many people. Can I be more efficient if I change something around the next time I do it, or if I use different keywords or things like that? And so what happens is, unlike traditional media, where if you bought an ad or you bought radio spots or something like that, you just have to kind of pray that it all works out. Whereas if you have social media, you can actually look at metrics and kind of get a sense for what's working and what's not. And at least for me, Ashley, that's one of the things that I really like about being able to work with social media. So then I guess we'll go ahead and jump on this. This is called the Insights tab to Facebook. So let's go ahead and run that. And then Ashley, if you want to add comments as we go along with that.
So here on the page Insights tab, you're able to see exactly how effective you're being on Facebook. You're able to see things like how many page views you've had in the last week. You can change the days here to see if it was just yesterday, how many page views you had, maybe today so far. You can see it the whole week, the last 4 weeks. So you can see how effective it is when you've posted on something, when you've shared, how many people you're reaching. So on this page, you're able to see that we had some boosted posts. So this green line here is the promotions, because we had a post boosted for a while. So in January, like on January 15th, we reached 539 people organically and 228 people from boosting a post just on that day alone. On January 12th, we had 294 engagements with any of our posts. So that could be like a like, a comment, a share on one of our pictures or videos or anything that we've had on our page. So it'll also tell you how responsive you are to messages. So on this page, our response time is about 6 minutes when someone messages us. Because we do get a lot of spam and people looking for jobs on here, our response rate seems low because we don't really engage full conversations with potential applicants here. But if it was a family or a prospect, we certainly would. So your response rate should be reflective of how many messages in your inbox you're responding to. The 6 minutes is really great because when you're talking about marketing, if someone asks a question and they don't get an answer right away, they're going to go to your competitor next. And this will show you, this page follows is how many new followers you're getting each day. So in the course of the last week, this page has gained 18 followers, which is pretty okay. They haven't really been promoting it. It's just all been organic. So you see how this line is all blue. There's no promotions for this page. And you can see we had a video that we were promoting, and the promotion ended midweek. So we had 70 on January 12th. We had 8 organic video views and 79 from the promotions. And then we've just had a couple organic since then. So this insights page will show you exactly, you know, where you can focus and where you can put more energy to get more interactions from your visitors on your Facebook pages.
So I think that is that's what actually part of the fun, I think, of social media is that you can kind of get a pretty quick readback of if things are going the right way or not, and then you can make kind of on the fly adjustments. I know last year when we were trying to figure out how to make the Helping Seniors car raffle work, when we couldn't go to car shows because of COVID, or we couldn't go to senior expos because of COVID, one of the things that really helped us was being able to get some videos out onto different social media platforms. And as we talked about earlier, we boosted those, and that really did the trick, because it got what we couldn't do with our legs, because we couldn't be out in front of people, but it got it out in front of people and really kind of saved the day for us on the Helping Seniors car raffle last year. So there's no doubt that when you use this stuff the right way, it really works. I'm trying to figure out what I would add to that, or what, you know, anything else you want to add to that, Ashley.
No, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Just, you know, play around with it. It's meant to be easy. So.
Yeah, and I think again, the key point is that you can use the smallest dollars that you're comfortable with. You can throw $10 at it, watch it, see how it goes, and at least you'll start to get a sense. So you're not making big risks to try this out. So with that, if there's any questions, we can try to answer those. I'm also going to put in the chat window for you. I'm going to have to dump out because I'm actually traveling via the magic of internet to Tel Aviv here in a few minutes, because we're doing a broadcast at 12 noon on with a group called Big View TV, which is a popular app that's available on your phone. And what it is, it's a teleprompter, basically a recorder for video that you can use to script things out and then record your own videos. So I'll put the link in there. It broadcasts at 12 noon, and you're welcome to take a look at it. The topic that we're going to be talking about today there is called adding profit to your nonprofit. So it's very good for that, but it's actually, the tips are also good for a business as well. So I want to encourage that, and I'll put the link into the chat window.
How much is that app, Carrie?
The app, you can download it for free. Eventually, they want you to subscribe to it. I was actually talking yesterday. I think they give you, what, 3 days or something that you can run it for free,
it is
what Gina was telling me. And I think I thought there was a way that you can actually subscribe to it for free, but it's not an expensive app, and it's pretty robust. The capabilities built into it, because you can put captions, lower thirds, all these things that make your videos feel like, I mean, we have a production studio where we do all this stuff day in and day out, but now I always joke, I said, this is your production studio now. So
yeah, I'm sure it's worth it, whatever that is. So, okay, well, thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon. All right, and thank you, Ashley. We're going to give you a virtual applaud for your presentation. Very educational, and no doubt this is it's extremely important for all of our businesses. I know there's probably some regulations for some of the businesses. I know, James, you probably got some regulations about how you can do this stuff. But at the same time, you know, for some of us, I mean, even a $3 boost, I know that, like, Ashley put like 40, 50 bucks on that one. But if I can't afford that, $3 is probably better than zero, and I'm probably going to get some surprising results for a small amount of money on those boosts. So
for sure.
And just a quick question, Ashley, would you say that if I had to choose right now, I'm going to do an event or just a post? Do the events get like a lot more visibility? Is it kind of come to the top?
Well, it depends on what the subject is. So what I like best about events is that it builds, especially in our industry, which is senior living, is it builds a history that stays there, and it's easy to see. So you can see everyone's past events really easily, and they stay where the web crawlers are gonna get them. So especially if your event has, something specific to do with a call to action or your industry or something like that. I like events better because they stay up there and they're easy to see. Posts sometimes can get lost in the shuffle. And I like to tag people whenever it's appropriate. So if you're partnering with someone, make sure you tag them so that their network sees it, and encourage your friends to, interact with it, so that the algorithms recognize that this is something to pay attention to.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, thank you so much for that. Now, Robin is going to give us a little insight on what we're doing right now. We're networking, and how we can give our short elevator pitch in such a way as to hopefully get the best results.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Robin Feemister, and so wanted to do something a little bit different. So over the course of the next few months, we're going to take a few minutes at every meeting, and I'm going to work on a series called Recognizing and Acting on Referrals. It's probably never been more difficult to network than with these Zoom sort of virtual meetings. You can't do it in person. It's much harder to meet over a cup of coffee or lunch and be able to delve more into each other's businesses. But the ultimate goal, as Tom talked about with Golden Providers, which by the way, was started 10 years ago this year. So we started back in 2011. So, with the ultimate goal of learning more about one another's business and being able to refer qualified business to you, help you grow your business, most importantly, protecting the seniors that we serve, making sure that, we're providing good quality services, that we're responding to referrals, that sort of thing in a timely manner. But the hardest part for any of us is to know and recognize and qualify what is a good referral for someone else outside of our own business. So we're going to take a little bit of time at each of the next several meetings to delve in a little bit further. So to start, we're going to do baby steps, but to start, I'd like everyone to introduce themselves. We've got some new folks on the call today. I'll start just as an example. But I'd like you to use a little bit of a prompt in your introduction. So I'd like you to identify, while you tell us who you are, the company that you're with, and a brief introduction about the services. I'm thinking we're looking at probably no more than a minute for that kind of introduction. But identify one single thing that might be going on either within a company or in someone's life that we may be able to listen to and recognize as a trigger where your business could be introduced. So to start, my name is Robin Feemister. I'm a court-appointed professional guardian. Also do case management, and I'm a VA-appointed fiduciary. In guardianship, we're appointed by the court to manage the affairs, financial, medical, social, of people who lack capacity, assist them in maintaining their dignity and independence as much as humanly possible. With case management, we can be hired. Someone has the capacity enough, or families can engage our services to be boots on the ground. A lot of families that we work with live out of state, and they need someone to check in on mom and dad or grandma or grandpa, and just to make sure that they have what they need, help them to recognize and engage with services to keep them home and independent as long as possible. As a VA fiduciary, we manage the veterans benefits for veterans that for whatever reason have proven that they can't manage their funds appropriately. So we manage their money for them and help them to live as independent as they can. A great referral for me is any adult that is either losing their vision, losing their sight, or losing their hearing, And we may very well be able to assist them, even simple things like helping them to pay their monthly bills. When vision and hearing go, it's often difficult to manage all of those minute details. That's a great referral from me, Robin Feemister. Tom, you want to jump in next?
Sure. My name's Tom Toronto. I'm a real estate agent. So a good referral for me would be anyone who's considering selling a home or buying a home. Think of somebody that you might know of that lives in a house that's at this point just a little too big for them. Maybe the kids are grown, they're moved out, and they just don't have any need of this bigger home any longer. And they just don't know what to do. The idea of selling the bigger home and moving into another place is just overwhelming for them. I would love to sit down and just, no obligation, just have a conversation with that person about current value of their home and what the process might look like to downsize and get into a place that's a lot more manageable. So if you know anyone in that situation, I would love to just have the opportunity to take a look at the house, talk with them about the current market and what the process might be to downsize. Again, this is Tom Toronto, Keller Williams Realty.
I am Ashley Caswell. I am the corporate director of marketing for senior living management, but locally in Brevard, it's Hibiscus Court. So Hibiscus Court is an assisted living and memory care community. They are home to 78 residents. So the sort of referral that Hibiscus would need would be someone who's, missing out socially, that's, doesn't want to be at home alone anymore. Maybe that's, apprehensive about being alone or needs support and just some general oversight, or, needs full memory care. So they can do anything there at Hibiscus Court.
All right, so let's see. Let's take Gail.
Sorry about that. Gail Chapels with Home Instead. Our referral that would be greatest for us, obviously, is anyone that needs personal services, companionship, transportation to doctor's appointments. We offer hospice support as well, meal prep. So more and more families are, especially with the COVID situation, they have their own families to deal with on top of their parents, perhaps. So, the perfect referral for us would be someone that would need the services that we offer.
Okay, sounds good. And let's see, James.
Hello, my name is James Pugh. I'm an agency owner with Simple Health Advisors. We do health insurance with the focus on Medicare and what they call now IFP, or individual family plans. A perfect referral for us would be anyone that you know that is turning 65, who needs help with their Medicare coverage, or those who may already have health care. If you hear someone say that they're having trouble paying for their prescriptions, or having trouble seeing their doctors, there are programs out there that we specialize in helping people get signed up for to get the coverage that they need.
Okay, thank you, James. And Kevin?
Yes, my name is Dr. Kevin Kilday, and I'm a holistic doctor, the same as a naturopathic doctor. And I do nutritional consulting, help people with natural alternatives for chronic health conditions. And I specialize in alternative cancer solutions. I have a protocol on my website called Winning Against Cancer. Also, another specialty of mine is addictions. Anybody has any problems with alcohol or drugs, I got a protocol on my website called Holistic Addictions Therapy. And I also help people with alternative solutions for chronic pain, from arthritis or fibromyalgia, and so it's all it's all natural solutions. And a referral to me would be anybody who wants to try some alternative medicines, in lieu of, if they're not having any success with traditional medicine. And I also just getting ready to launch a new local online college called Faith College of Natural Health. And it's going to be totally online and teaching all about natural health.
Okay, awesome. Have I missed anybody? Has everyone had a chance to present yourselves? Everyone has. Okay, so what I would like to do, just so that everybody would, since we're not able to exchange business cards, if you could find the chat box and just type in your name, your phone number, your email, or whatever you want to share, your website. And what you can do is then once everybody's done that at the end of the meeting, go in and just save the chat. And then you'll basically have everyone's contact information. I'm going to put my number in now if anyone doesn't have it, and then go ahead and do that as well in the chat feature.
Tom,
Okay.
this might be a dumb question, but what do you mean by save the chat?
So once there's 3 dots next to the chat, and you can just push save chat, and it saves it as a text file on your computer if you're using an actual computer. I don't know about a tablet or a phone, but in the chat where you write, it says file, and then next to it there's 3 dots. You can push save chat, and it will download everybody's chats. And we also have something that Kerry uploaded, the YouTube link for his event that he's going to at 12. I'm seeing them as they pop up here. Okay. Very good. So yeah, so if anybody wants to contact somebody who was here today, that's how you can do it. And again, it's very good if you are able to do at least one-to-one meeting between now and next month. Again, all of you who are here today are welcome to pursue the process of becoming official members. As we mentioned, it's not an expense for you financially. So you would just have to be just approved by the board if there's no reason for you not to be approved, and we'll go through that. Now I'd like to hand it over to Robin just to give us a brief treasurer's report for the organization.
Okay, so really for the past couple of years, we've had very, very few expenses. Last year, we waived membership dues as well. So we've been maintaining a minimal balance in the bank account, and we have minimal expenses, which is ideal. So for this year, as Kerry mentioned, because of COVID and the difficulty in meeting in person, we're waiving that typical $150 membership fee. So right now the bank balance is $247.17, although the annual report will be due within the next few months. So we'll probably have about half of that.
Okay, that's so just so that you guys know, we are an official registered nonprofit organization in the state of Florida. So, and just as how we run the organization. So, all right. So, are there any special events or any announcements that we have before the next meeting that someone would like to share?
Well, I'm excited that Hibiscus Court is getting their vaccines this week. So
that's exciting. My mom and dad said they got theirs this morning.
Oh, good. I had mine a couple weeks ago. So my last dose is next week, but our residents are super excited at Hibiscus. They're bouncing off the walls.
What does that mean for them, Ashley? Does it mean that they'll be open to getting visitors after everybody's vaccinated?
Well, we can have visitors now. It's just peace of mind for them, really.
And so there's first dose, and then they have to have a second dose in 3 weeks or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
CVS is coming to our properties to do that.
Okay, exciting. Very good. All right, any other announcements? So we will post on our Facebook page. You can easily find Golden Providers on Facebook as a page. And also we have just the main website on the internet, goldenproviders.org. So if you ever want updates, you can go there. And also feel free just to text me or Robin or Kerry or any of us if you would like to know any updates as to what to do. But what we would like is everyone here today to 2 things. Number 1, if you're able to make it to the next meeting, that would be great. We'd love to see you a month from now. Number 2, if you can bring a friend. That way we will be twice as many as we were today, at least. And that way the group will continue to grow. So if it's not too much to ask, bring somebody along. And again, you can just emphasize to them that our goal is to promote their network. We learned a little bit about marketing on Facebook, which is the modern digital way to do things. But the meeting people face to face and getting to know them and hearing about what they do and deciding whether we feel comfortable is kind of the old-fashioned way. And it's something that truly has proven to be very valuable for most of us through the years, building our network and getting some really good referrals from it and really good contacts from it as well. So thank you guys for coming today. This meeting will be recorded and posted to the website. So if you missed something, you want to review it, it'll be up there, or if you want someone else to view it. And just now everybody's put their info in. If you all save the chat, you'll have everybody's numbers. So with that, I'll conclude the meeting. Thank you everybody for coming. I look forward to seeing you soon. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thanks
Bye,
for having me.
everyone.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.